Today in the Texas Tribune Weekend Insider. Ron Paul is a tough act to follow. In an election year full of confusion over a delayed primary date and hastily drawn district boundaries, some of the major GOP candidates running to replace the doctor in Congress aren't even trying to fill his shoes. Then we look at the influence of social media on the Texas primary. While sites like Twitter and Facebook are a great way for a candidate to get their message heard, social media sabotage is seriously at play in Texas's later-than-usual primary. From fake Twitter feeds to hijacked website domains to allegations of email and Facebook forgery.
Ron Paul is not running for Congress this year, and one of the reasons a lot of people suspect he didn't do it was because the district changed so dramatically. They really gave him a very different district. Out of all of the Republican incumbents, he got the most changed district. The thing that I find interesting about it is that for all the talk of these monstrosities that are created under redistricting, where you have these crazy, horribly zigzagging lines, this is a very compact district. It's 2 counties and then a half of another county. It starts over by the Louisiana border, Jefferson County, the Beaumont area, then all of Galveston County, and half of Brazoria County. Before, it was a much larger district. It covered a much larger geographic territory, went much further south, and was a lot more rural. Now it's mainly urban, suburban. I mean, I think one of the things that's really interesting is that none of these people really want to be the next Ron Paul. That at least none of the major candidates. Now, let's talk about how many candidates there are. There actually are 11 candidates. Really only 4, maybe 5 of these candidates on the Republican side are what you would consider major candidates. Of course, if I'm going to the district and talk to these candidates about filling Ron Paul's shoes, that's an issue, right? What's it like to fill Ron Paul's shoes? They don't feel any burden at all to sort of carry on any Ron Paul legacy. They point out that the district is a lot different. It has a lot of areas that would have been new to Ron Paul even. What I'm hearing from the candidates is that basically Ron Paul is not much of a factor in the selection of the candidate who's going to replace Ron Paul.
With a later than usual primary and runoff, what we're seeing in this election is candidates and special interest groups doing everything they can to reach out to those super Rs and super Ds, the Republicans and Democrats who are most likely to turn out to vote. So one of the tricks they're playing this time around is using social media, is using websites. What they're doing is buying up web domains that look like they belong to their opponents, say robeisler.org, vickytruitt.org, jeffwentworth.com. Yet actually they are attack websites. The other thing you're seeing is a lot of fake Twitter handles. So fake Ted Cruz, real Ted Cruz, fake Marissa Marquez. We're seeing all kinds of Twitter handles that are, some that are meant to be fakes, some that are meant to look like they really are the candidate. The website impersonation, the website hijacking is what some people are calling it, is not actually against the law. While it might be against the law in the commercial context, for example, if Pepsi started operating Coke.com, it does not appear to be against the law in the political context because it is protected as free speech. Facebook impersonation, email impersonation, or forgery, that kind of stuff is believed to be against the law. The Twitter handles are believed to be mostly just parodies for entertainment. But the websites are sort of a whole new realm, and most of the attorneys that I've talked to have said that there is nothing wrong with it in the political context. Lawmakers, particularly incumbents who found themselves under attack by these social media strategies, are really out of sorts about it. Some of them have gone so far as to call these websites that look like they belong to them identity theft. On the other hand, you have the political consultants, and the political consultants basically say, you know what? All's fair in love and war. These candidates weren't smart enough to buy up their own domain names in the first place, and basically all bets are off if you don't take care of your own brand. I think we are going to continue to see more of this. This really is the new frontier in campaigning. This is the new sort of social media political strategy. So I think, going forward, we can expect to see more of this, not less. That said, there still isn't much evidence that real voters get a lot of their political sentiment from Twitter or Facebook.